We're coming to you from the Radford Studio Center lot in Studio City, right over the hill from Hollywood. This is the place where dreams are made, legends are born. Hello and welcome to The Lot. I'm Suzanne Marques. The first Latino-led superhero movie just arrived in theaters from DC Comics. Blue Beetle features a Cobra Kai star and a Puerto Rican director at the helm.
What the hell is that?
How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me.
A young man is transformed into a superhero in Blue Beetle, based on the DC Comics character.
What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? It's okay, it's gonna be okay! The biggest challenge was focusing on the characters and being able to protect the heart of the movie in the midst of the chaos of all the explosions and the speed that we have to shoot.
Director Angel Manuel Soto says filming in Puerto Rico was important to more than the movie itself.
I remember going in Puerto Rico and working with the crew in Puerto Rico that has worked with me since I started my career. They took it as if it was theirs because they know how much this means to our community and our collective community to finally see ourselves be the heroes of our stories.
All right, let's see if it works.
I wouldn't test it. That's all I wanted in a way, you know, to be able to do right by Jaime Reyes, by Blue Beetle, by the fans, and by our community. And we did do this with a lot of love.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
The animated action-adventure The Monkey King just arrived on Netflix, starring Jimmy O. Yang and Bowen Yang as voices of two of the main characters. I caught up with the movie's director, who says it was important to stay true to this story's historic roots.
Anyone need a hero? Name's Monkey King.
Jimmy O. Yang gives voice to the Monkey King.
Monkey King is pretty awesome at fighting.
Alley-oop.
There have been many adaptations of the Monkey King legend.
He's a troublemaking superhero with an ego to match his talent.
You are crazy!
And handsome. If you're gonna be critical, be fair.
It's based on the 16th century literary classic from China, Journey to the West.
Well, if it isn't the swamp rat.
Bowen Yang voices the Dragon King, who Monkey wants help from, but learns that the ruler of the seas is an even bigger egomaniac than Monkey.
I am the mighty Dragon King.
Suffer my wrath. Supposed to be lightning surge. And there it is.
I can beat that thing.
Maybe defeating everyone isn't the answer. Maybe it's helping other people.
Yeah, the folktale is ancient, you know, and it is such a huge cultural artifact or so famous in China. There's really no equivalent for, you know, a project that was written, first published in 1592 that has the same level. I mean, maybe Don Quixote or Canterbury Tales or something. The funny thing about Journey to the West, though, is it's 100 chapters long. Our movie only covers the first 7 chapters. And it's really wonderful to read even today. It has a very modern tone. Monkey, the hero character, has such a contemporary sort of anti-hero personality. He's rebellious. He hates all forms of authority. He's really vain and arrogant. You know, there's nothing in Deadpool or those kind of characters that wasn't already existing in Monkey King.
I can take it from here.
You can just see how much work these animators really put in.
The set pieces feel like both familiar to a movie like this, but also pretty innovative. Everybody involved really wanted to take this to an interesting place.
It's just truly incredible to see come to life.
Monkey King reigns supreme!
The beings from the popular webcomic Strange Planet are making their TV debut, now streaming on Apple TV+.
I have many discomforts.
Start with the worst one.
I am hungry.
Plural tiny snacks.
The precisely speaking beings of the webcomic Strange Planet have, how might they say it, expanded beyond the confines of 4-panel internet humor images and ascended into a new format of motion and sound for humans to watch on their glowing rectangles.
You are a great flying machine comfort supervisor.
Gratitude.
Strange Planet creator Nathan Pyle describes the being's manner of speaking as coming from a place of honesty.
Honesty was tantamount to how they act. Part of honesty would be describing not just what you're doing, but describing kind of the physical objects and the material emotion that is attached to those objects, which creates a unique, really transparent interaction.
Please refer to the danger menu in your seat pocket for further tips on how not to die.
When they're saying something about confetti, they would call it tiny trash. And it's a fun way to kind of point out the fact this is actually just trash. We're going to throw it away. But first, we want to celebrate you by throwing it in the air.
Tiny trash.
This is a slightly better world. This is a slightly better planet that you get to visit as a viewer. You're able to look and listen and interact with, in a sense, beings who are slightly more emotionally expressive, slightly more honest.
Irony. Is that irony? I'm never sure.
In the Buddy Games movies, Josh Duhamel plays the Bob Father, the head of a group of friends who play wild games for cash prizes. Now, he's turned the concept into a new reality show. Buddy Games began as a 2019 comedy directed by Josh Duhamel about a group of friends who reunite after a 5-year hiatus to engage in a challenging set of dares and games to lift each other out of depression and also have a chance of winning money. In the sequel, Spring Awakening, one of the buddies passes away, so they steal the urn to return to the place where the Buddy Games began to celebrate their friend's life and find themselves caught in the chaos of spring break. And now, a reality show. CBS just announced the 6 teams of lifelong friends who will join host Josh Duhamel at a stunning lake house to compete for a cash prize on the new reality competition series, Buddy Games. The show unites 6 teams of 4 deep-rooted friends for a nostalgic adult summer camp adventure where they will relive their glory days to compete in absurd physical and mental challenges while bunking together in the same house. It premieres Thursday, September 14th at 9 p.m. on CBS and streaming live and on demand on Paramount+. When we come back, The Lot's Markina Brown joins us as we remember a giant in the music industry, Markina.
That's right, Suzanne. This week, we lost a legend. Coming up, we pay tribute to one of the biggest power players in Hollywood, Clarence Avant. Don't go away.
Welcome back to The Lot. Hollywood lost legendary music executive and film producer Clarence Avant this week. And The Lot's Markina Brown is here to talk about his incredible impact. Markina.
Clarence Avant, lovingly called the godfather of black entertainment, worked behind the scenes with everyone from Louis Armstrong to Quincy Jones, Muhammad Ali, T.I., and Jay-Z. This is how he's being remembered.
Clarence Avant was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021. Hosted by Lionel Richie and celebrated with clips from the Netflix documentary, The Black Godfather.
He's a master communicator. He's the perfect marriage between street sense and common sense.
He's this mysterious figure that everybody respected.
Clarence is being mourned by power players from Hollywood to the White House.
Clarence is one of my favorite guys.
If you are important to the overall greater good, he's gonna step in like super black man.
Combination, Reverend Sharpton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X of the record business.
Like Bill Withers.
I have a lot of respect for Clarence. The person that's responsible for your transition, that's the key to you changing your life. He provided the big leap for me from being a professional aircraft mechanic over into this world.
Clarence managing Jimmy and Terry helped make the Janet album.
He said, now, I got a problem with what you're asking for. We're like, oh, no, Mr. Avant, we've asked for too much. No, we can do it for less. He said, no. You didn't ask for enough. You can't do a record on that.
That told you everything you needed to know about him right in that first meeting.
After the Control album, the phone was ringing more. People were always at the house. It didn't matter who it was. I mean, one day I'd walk in, it's Whitney Houston, so everybody was coming. Questions. Can you help me with this deal? It just happened.
There's two parts to this industry: the music business and the business of music. One, you sweat your off. Two, you bank the money. He taught us how to bank the money.
Jay-Z's Rock Nation account posted this tribute, calling Clarence Avant a giant who provided opportunities for generations.
I helped a lot of people, but my job, so far as I'm concerned, is to move us forward.
Clarence and others, they are really the bridge from a time where there was almost no opportunity to a time where doors began to open.
He was an advocate for all of the creative people, you know, the writers, the producers, the arrangers.
There will never be another Clarence Avant. However, his goal is to plant seeds so that there can be individuals just like him.
He's like, baby, you got to get your generation to be active. I'm tired.
You can watch The Black Godfather streaming now on Netflix. Back to you, Suzanne.
Clarence Avant, what a legend. Now, movie critic Grae Drake is joining me to talk about what is new in theaters. I am most excited about Blue Beetle.
You should be.
Oh, good.
Okay, so Xolo Maridueña, who is really popular in the Cobra Kai series, now is the main character in Blue Beetle. Jaime's just graduated from college, and he's introduced to this weird glowing beetle that actually is an alien. It turns its host into an incredibly powerful weapon.
Ooh.
Right, so a lot of conflict here, a lot of people, bad people, chasing Jaime. They want to get the beetle back, right? This is a story that we've seen like a million times in superhero movies. There are a couple things that make this one different. First of all, this isn't just Jaime's story, it's really about he and his family.
I love that.
It's wonderful because his mom and dad and sister and grandma are so wonderful. They make this movie very meaningful. And the other thing is that we haven't really seen a superhero movie that features Latino culture before, and that also gives it so much context, so it's worth buying a ticket for.
I saw George Lopez on the roster. I was like, does he play the dad or who does he play?
He's Uncle Rudy.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like he needs to be in every superhero movie ever.
Okay, I knew he would be amazing. I cannot wait. Okay, so you have your own pick that we can watch right now.
Yeah, so over on Paramount Plus, there's another movie about a kid who gets their hands on technology that they probably shouldn't. So take a look at Clock Stoppers.
Maybe you should just go.
We were gonna go swimming.
Swimming? You want swimming? I'll give you swimming.
No way. No way.
Way, Jesse Bradford, way.
It looks great. I don't know why I never saw this.
Yeah, this is really fun. This is such a throwback to early 2000s. So Jesse Bradford, we love in movies like Bring It On and also Swim Fan. And here he's playing a kid who's just desperately trying to make it through high school. And he gets his hands on a watch that the government wants. And it makes him move super fast when everyone else looks like they're moving super slow. And then chaos ensues. And this was a fun one, especially good for tweens and younger audiences.
Okay, perfect. Okay, speaking of something just for the older audiences, it doesn't look like it would be, and I have to prepare my child not to see this movie, but I want to see it.
Right? Strays. Just imagine like your adorable little fur baby that you're sitting next to right now watching the show is swearing. A blue streak. The words that come out of their mouths are just terrifying, and that is Strays. Okay?
I love it.
So Will Ferrell is Reggie, and his owner is a jerk, and when he gets dumped, he meets all these other great strays voiced by Jamie Foxx and Isla Fisher and Randall Park, and they teach him he needs to get revenge on his owner. So, wow, this movie is intense and it has a crazy ending and you're going to love it.
Oh, I cannot wait to see it. Okay, but you do have another pick for the whole family, and I won't spoil the surprise, but I've seen this more times than I want to admit.
Oh, it's so good, and it features another animal, but with exceptionally better language skills. Take a look at Sonic the Hedgehog.
Uh-oh. Here comes the boom. How are you not dead? I have no idea.
Oh, give me a big fat break!
That was an illegal left, by the way.
Oh, this one is cute. Let's keep him. Oh, come on! You've got car insurance, right?
One of my favorite movies ever.
Right? It's so good. Ben Schwartz is from Parks and Rec, and he's the perfect voice of Sonic, who's basically being hunted by Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. This is by far one of the best video game adaptations that I have ever seen. And James Marsden is playing the human who is trying to keep Sonic safe. And he is just a national treasure. Every single time, he's amazing.
And I have to say, there was a very artful approach to this week because we have clock stoppers. Sonic has a really iconic, very inspired scene with the bar scene.
Right, exactly. It's all about time, which we are currently running out of, but I could seriously go on and on about how much I love this weird little blue hedgehog, which inspired my blazer choice today.
I love it. And I'm sporting a little Sonic too. Thank you so much, Greg. Always so much fun to have you here.
You got it.
Okay, Grae Drake. All right, when we come back, possible changes to the Eras Tour, and we speak to the Big Brother contestant who just got voted off next. Welcome back to The Lot. There are special plans for the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. Adam Sandler has a new movie with his wife and kids, and possible changes to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Prepare for another visit to Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg's iconic movie is returning to the big screen in honor of its 30th anniversary. The dinosaurs stomp into Real D 3D theaters across North America August 24th.
I know she hurt you, but I'm sure she misses her best friend.
I'm gonna take that as a maybe.
Adam Sandler's latest movie is a family affair. The funny man stars alongside his real-life wife and daughters in the comedy You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. This is the first look at the Netflix feature, arriving August 25th.
Hello, Paramore!
Paramore just cut short its current tour. Lead singer Hayley Williams contracted a lung infection. She posted on the band's Instagram account saying she was at risk for long-term damage and needed to pay attention to her body.
I can make the bad guys good for a weekend.
The band is supposed to open for the European leg of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour next year. No word yet on whether those dates are affected. Hopefully she gets the rest she needs because I want to see her on stage with T-Swift. All right, under an iron mask and wielding a sword, an action movie star joins a surprise joust, and a megastar assists a couple to reveal their baby's gender. Here's Jeremy Roth with several celebrity surprises.
A medieval festival in southeast England was already full of heavy metal action, and that's before we knew one of the knights doing battle was A-list action star Tom Hardy. Yeah, as in Bane, Venom, Mad Max Fury Road Tom Hardy. The actor reportedly stumbled across the West Sussex Festival whilst shopping in the area and decided to don a full knight's armor and get medieval in a combat competition. Festival goers seemed impressed by the impromptu and hearty hoopla. Just listen to this quote that I just made up. Zounds! Doth mine eyes deceive me? That knight's bane, 'tis Sir Bane. A bane is a medieval word for something harmful, by the way. Okay, moving on. A new snake species got a dose of star power when scientists decided to name it after none other than Harrison Ford.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
You see, it is funny because Indiana Jones hates snakes. Okay, you get it. The newly named Tachymonoidus Harrison Fordi was found in Peru when the team came face to face with the snake on a research trek through a mountainous swamp that they say felt like one of the fictional hero's adventures. And for one more celebrity surprise, how about superstar singer Adele surprising audience members by helping an expectant couple with a gender reveal during a performance in Las Vegas?
Okay, so Chantel and Chris are having a baby boy.
The singer said it was an emotional moment for her. Just imagine how the couple felt. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Oh, those tears are contagious. I had a baby boy, so I know that feeling. And she's a mom, too. I just chatted with the latest house guest to be kicked off Big Brother, so if you are not caught up, earmuffs for this part. In another unanimous vote, the latest contestant to go talks about a budding romance, regrets, and plans moving forward. I love that you're gorgeous, you're geeky, you're so cute. Though, how does it feel to be kicked out of the Big Brother house?
I'm really sad. I am grieving. I am such a competitive person, especially with myself. So I never expected to leave week 2. I am definitely devastated in that sense, but I am so happy that I even had the opportunity to play Big Brother. I can't be happier.
Well, I looked it up, and you are the 9th person in Big Brother history to win the first HOH and then be kicked off the second week. Does it mean you become an easy target? What do you think happened?
I think everyone goes into this season knowing that the first HOH paints that red hot target on their back. I knew that. I honestly was considering not even going for it at first. I was going to lay low, work on my social game, let someone else rip the Band-Aid off. But like I said, I'm very competitive. So when I saw that challenge, I wanted to win it. So with great power comes great responsibility. And ultimately, that's probably why I'm sitting here right now.
I find you really attractive.
Huh?
I said I find you really attractive. Yeah, I was just saying I got a little crush on you, but I wouldn't want you leaving tomorrow.
Okay, well, I have to ask about Matt because he was crying when you left and he approached you about the crush. So I have to know all about this. Is there potential there? I mean, you gave him a hug. It's very cute.
Aw, Matt is absolutely amazing. I care about him so much. It's so crazy being in there for just 2 weeks. You feel like you're in there for 2 years. The bonds you create with people. I adore him, and you know, I know if anything, we'll be lifelong friends. I cannot wait to give him a hug when I see him next. And as far as anything else goes, that is definitely a bridge we'll cross when we get to it, but I don't think the door's closed.
I love that because we all love on Big Brother. You know, it is like the most brutal game. I did it for one day and I get it. One day and I was like, it's too much.
It's a lot. It's definitely a pressure cooker in there for sure.
So what is the deal with this 12-0 votes? What is this all or nothing vibe going on in the house? It's like, it seems so brutal.
Yeah, there's a lot of fear in the house right now. I really think that people right now are just walking on their tiptoes. It would have been a huge move to evict Cameron over me. So, you know, and I was asking a lot of people who were not directly aligned with me to stick their neck out for me. So it was up and down all week. Up until the last 10 minutes, I fought like crazy. I was not going down without a fight. I had him there, and then right at the very end, it kind of just went to crap. So, but I did tell my alliance they would have voted for me to stay just because they love me. But I told them I didn't want them to blow their game up just to prove how loyal they are to me. I wanted them to vote with the house and give themselves the best chance to kick some butt. So,
well, thank you so much for talking to me. Any regrets?
No regrets. I am still pinching myself at the idea that I even got to be in that house and play the game.
Very sweet. I love her. Okay, watch Big Brother, taped Wednesdays and Sundays with live episodes from inside the Big Brother house on Thursday nights. You can also watch the Big Brother 24/7 live stream, always on Paramount+. That's a wrap for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Suzanne Marques. See you again next week on The Lot.